What do you guys think about this? You might be cool, but are you suppressed KSG cool? You decide. Woo! That took a while. Buddy, let me tell you. Guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. And this is my KSG. You know, we haven't done a video on this particular shotgun in quite a while. In fact, I don't know if I've ever shown my exact KSG off ever in a video. We've been kind of waiting on this suppressor to come back. This is a shotgun suppressor that Ackless Defense makes for the KSG. Joe over there at Ackless, great dude. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pull it off. She's a little warm. We're gonna put the standoff brake on there for now, just for fun, and let our suppressor cool down a little bit. So it's a mount that has to be interfaced on the front of your KSG, and he makes the standoff muzzle device, which is really cool. When we're not running the can on this particular KSG, I like to run that on there just to, you know, because it looks cool, but it does have a functional use. You know, it's intended to be a standoff device. You can kind of dig in and blow a, you know, a breaching device, so you can blow like locks off of doors and cool things like that. But then the mount also interfaces with their KSG suppressor. Okay, and that adds a bit of length. What we were running there in the intro was some Aguila mini shells. Those are actually slugs. We actually have a variety of different mini shells that we're going to be running today just for fun. They make a number 4 buckshot load. They make slugs. They make birdshot loads. And then we've also got some Canadian Challenger. Okay, this is 1,200 feet per second, number 4. This is a little bit hotter than some of the Aguila offerings, but we are going to be testing those out as well. Now the KSG, you know, I feel like in a lot of circles it's probably gotten maybe a little bit of a bad rap for some people, but I've never personally really had a major issue out of my KSG ever. This is an early KSG, back when I was with Moss still. I bought this one, it was a used one that came in, and this is a relatively early one. But in case you don't know how a KSG works, basically you have a magazine selector here on the bottom. The shells, this is safety over here. The shells load in through the bottom. Let's load up some of the Challengers. Basically you move the lever all the way over to one side, and then the shells load in through the bottom, just like any other type of shotgun might. It is a bottom eject shotgun, okay? And the way that this particular shotgun feeds means that it can run these mini shells quite well. So in this case, we've got the Challengers, or you can see even as the Aguilas open up, it's just a tiny little shell, okay? Because it's bottom eject, you can run these mini shells. So we had 23 slugs in this KSG in the intro. I mean, how cool is that, right? So, you know, there's a lot of SWAT teams that have actually adopted these shotguns for entry use, just because of that fact that you can put, you know, quite a few rounds in it. Really cool. Okay, so when the tube is full, index the lever over and you load the other tube. There are dual magazine tubes on the bottom of the shotgun. Okay. It's a little bit cumbersome to load, but you know, you're not going to do it in a hurry. But it's a really, really neat option. We're going to try these Challengers out. Those slugs did quite well. Definitely well. Now this is, I want to say, these are maybe just a tad bit longer than the Aguila options. So the slug is a little bit longer because they do protrude just a tiny amount. So the Challengers are a tiny bit longer than the standard Aguilas. But I didn't count, but I figure there's at least 10 on each side. So we're going to run this number 4 buckshot. you can't really fit a lot of double aught in such a small case in the minis. So they opt for number 4 buck, just to allow for a little bit more capacity there. I'll force that last one in. It should feed. We'll see if it'll feed through. All right, we got a round in the chamber. So along the edge of the KSG, you can see here, these little windows that are cut into the magazine itself can let you know if you've got rounds in the magazine. That's one interesting feature. And you know, you got a rail system on top, rail on the bottom if you want to run your little, you know, tactical accessories and whatnot. But it's a really cool shotgun. I really like the KSG. I think it's a neat one. We've got this one topped off with a aim point M68, an old school M68. And I Duracoated this one hide in the woods green and just threw an old Army sling on it. But it's a neat shotgun. All right, here's some number 4 buck. See what we got. That's putting some lead down range, ain't it? Reasonably quiet. I'm wearing ear pro because, you know, this is a little bit higher velocity stuff. It's got a little bit of a pop to it, not too bad. Where this suppressor really excels is running some more of the combat loads, stuff that's a little bit on the higher velocity. So we're gonna do that here in a moment. I'm gonna reset the range and we'll run some federal law enforcement buckshot, some full powered ammunition out of it as well. All right, I've got it loaded up with some 9 pellet high velocity federal buckshot. Let's run it. Now, between unsuppressed and suppressed, this is where probably the biggest difference is in the sound. I'll run a couple of rounds with the standoff device on it. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the difference. I know that's not very scientific, but you know what? It's a cool shotgun. I mean, the way this one's set up, it's just crazy. All right, I'm gonna pull the suppressor off. Standby device on, standoff device. All right, it's gonna be a bit of a barking spider. Yeah, buddy. You know, these shotguns, they hold up quite well. You know, I don't really understand where they get their bad rap from. I know it's one of those things, but this particular one runs pretty good. You know, it's just got some ugly Duracoat on it, an aim point and a suppressor. It's kind of wicked looking. We thought it'd be something fun to show off for you guys. And I've been wanting to do a video on this particular shotgun for quite a while. And I've been waiting on the form to come back on the suppressor so we could show it off suppressed for you. The only, I guess, kind of negative thing I would really say about this, it does require a special mounting system, and you do have to pull the rail off. It's a big to-do to install this particular mount on the gun, but considering that this suppressor is specifically designed for the KSG, that's no big deal because you get the standoff device and all of those kind of neat accessories that, you know, can really just add some functionality to your KSG. I think it's a really wicked setup. I like it. And you know, really, this particular KSG has been quite reliable. I can't say that I've ever really had a major issue out of this shotgun. Never had a failure of any type. It's always worked as long as I do my part. This is a relatively early gun, but seems to hold up quite nicely. Guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. We hope you had some fun in this particular one. We wanted to do a quick video just to show you this particular shotgun in this configuration. Also to show off this particular suppressor. You know, Joe over at Atlas is a great dude. They are just such a wonderful group of people, and we always love to have an opportunity to check out their products. Guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. We really appreciate it. All of our Patreon supporters, you guys rock. Thank you for supporting our efforts and what we do. Those of you who purchase t-shirts over on the website or merchandise, all of those funds go right back into supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you so much for being a viewer. We hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll see you next time. Many more videos on the way.